Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of New York by Night with this. Both Josh Rain, The Death of Rabbits, and Mr. Silas, the Prince of New York. Both of these individuals have had something of great importance weighing on both of them. And both of them have decided, no, not tomorrow, not the day after that. Now. Now is the time to go and seek this out. Now's the time to go and end this. Now's the time to go and find resolution to this matter. And they have both gone to a Pacific Park in New York, grown the great gateway out of their own power and their own essence and their own will, stepped through and stepped upon the bridge within what could be best described as the cosmos, the infinity, the gateway within creation to another fantastic place, separate, perhaps forgotten to the world long since, but today both know the past, both know where it will take them. And they step on the bridge amongst the stars, leading towards their destination. And perhaps in some way a part of their destiny.
Josh Rain stops for a single moment on this celestial gateway. The stars all before him, all around. He remembers what it meant to actually be there at the beginning of creation, see the stars thrown out before him, for them to actually represent his brothers and sisters, the angels. But for right now, he pays them no heed. His perspective, his motivation is completely forward, completely straight. He has what he needs. He has his toll to give.
You walk upon the bridge for some time. There are many stars, many constellations, and you can see that they look upon you. These are not just stars. These are not just constellations. They are spirits themselves, representatives, judges. Each one of them could deny you your path, and you know it, but each one of them allows you to pass, even though that in some ways you're not worthy. Silas is especially not worthy, but he's allowed passage just as long with Rain for unknown reasons, unknown to yourself. They see perhaps deeper, and you know the stars are looking at you as you come across the Guardian, that great, gigantic, white beast whose eyes are the cosmos themselves. He stands there amongst the bridge. There's no way to pass him. There's no way to go underneath him, lest face the eternity of torment as you fall into the abyss. There's no way to go above unless you be burned by the sun itself. There's no way to go around unless all sorts of horrible creatures find you and torment you. But on this bridge you're safe.
On this bridge, we're safe. On this bridge, Josh Rain has a mission. Josh Rain looks at the wolf of cosmos in his eyes. He simply stretches his arms out and say, "Allow me, Patches, I have the toll."
Present the toll. The bridge will take what the bridge will take. Though I might mourn for you, this is the cost, this is the way.
Josh Rain
Will be
goes.
remembered.
Josh Rain goes into his bag, actually, and what it brings out is a glowing orb about the size of a tennis ball. He goes ahead and just raises it above his head and simply says, This is a memory of true love's first kiss. Given to me. Given to me. Take it."
Your offering is accepted, and your offering is more than adequate. You may pass.
Safe passage, can I guarantee that?
I will guard your passage posts to and forth, but I cannot guard your way within that realm.
Then I will go ahead and give you this, if you allow me, safe passage whenever I need.
I can guard your safe passage to and forth. I cannot guard your passage within the realms. Notice the subtle difference.
Then he will just go ahead and keep it. He will go ahead and keep his arm extended, but he will go ahead and let his arm go ahead and rest before him, and let some ethereal wind go ahead and blow that golden orb away from his hand towards the wolf spirit.
And the wolf's spirit will take it and admire it so before. It's not so much it crushes, he brushes his hand over it and it is gone. And he does so much of a small bow and allows you to pass.
At which point, Josh Rain just goes ahead and marches a few paces before he looks behind him and notices that, tries to notice if Sally's is following him beyond this point.
Could you please briefly roleplay the Guardian for me?
Okay. The Guardian goes ahead, turns his gaze towards Mr. Silas, that Nosferatu, that thing, that child of Cain, that leech, the apparent creature of some unknown origin, goes ahead and turns towards you and says, "And you are dead."
Oh, I know, but I'm still quite alive, but I need to follow this path.
If you are to follow, what compensation would you give?
Oh, there will be something that I will give, but I do pray that you would hear my reason, hear my cause, and allow me my passage. To others who walk the path, they come here, as I've heard before, they come here seeking stories. They come here to meet with the one that lies at the end. I don't come here for anything such as that. Some come here because of destiny, some come here because of fate. I come here because of chance, good fortune, and merely the opportunity to have friends in the right places. I come here for something much more important. I come here to not even be allowed the chance to speak, but just the chance to witness. For the one in question that I come to watch is one of mine. No, don't give me that look. Don't think she is a child of Cain. Don't think she is anything as far fallen as I am. But she is one with no father. She is one with no daughter. She is like me when I was born. No past, no guidance. She is free. And for passage, I will give what few memories I had of my own parents, the ones that created me. Those few memories I will give to you, and I will sacrifice upon your altar, so I might learn her fate at the end of this journey.
The wolf with eyes like the cosmos, goes ahead and extends one arm, just one arm, fully towards you, with his fingers that end with claws, and simply say, "Then give."
I'm not sure how I give other than think it in his direction.
Above
Those
your
few memories from so many centuries ago.
right. It takes a while. You concentrate on the memories of your parents, however long it may have been, however brief it may have been compared to the existence that you have now. But eventually, just the thought, just the adherence, just the effort to go ahead and think those thoughts, to feel every single mother's kiss, to know every single father's rebuke, goes ahead and starts to develop upon your forehead little beads of gold, little beads of golden orbs that go ahead and start to coalesce onto your forehead and start to float freely form above you. And with your willingness, it goes ahead and starts to flow into this creature's hand. You know for a fact that if it reaches this creature's hand, this wolf's hand, that you will no longer hold those memories. They will be gone forever.
And they are freely given. And perhaps, just for a moment, that type of creature, after seeing and understanding those memories, can give Silas just the little hint of sympathy.
He doesn't go ahead and grasp the memories in his hands. They seem to disappear just as it was before. And you see through the cosmos of this wolf's eyes, he looks at you and says, just simply nods his head, allows you passage.
And Silas will make his way. You make your way past the bridge, you make your way into the darkness, you make your way where the stars do not shine as they should, you make your way where there is no moon, there is no sun. Under an unfamiliar sky, amongst unfamiliar trees, you take a different shape. Josh Rain, of course, takes the shape of a mere humble rabbit, completely at peace with what its place is in the world. Its understanding of what its function is, its understanding of what it should do, its understanding of where it should go, and its understanding of its true. And this is different from last time. A rabbit's true power to shape the world. And a rabbit, just a mere rabbit, can shape the world. And of course, for Mr. Silas takes his own unfamiliar shape. He's not been here before, he was not expecting this, but he takes the shape of a weasel with the banded mask. Familiar yet hidden in the shadows, darker fur, yet somehow understanding of what he should be doing, where he should be.
Josh Rain, the rabbit's part, for his first concern once he re-enters this particular realm. He understands that he is where he should be at the moment, and where he should be is underground. Where he should be is in a burrow. Where he should be is hiding from predators, for the moment at least. In the middle of this garden, he knows he needs to go, and in the middle of the garden, he knows there are many, many predators between him and him. But for now, he hides. For now, he plans. For now, he'll wait to make his move.
And Josh can already see this weasel sneak into his burrow and also start digging and digging and digging. You can hear this chirp of eagles in the night sky, this hoot of owls ready for fresh meat. Fuck that, I'm not gonna eat, I'm digging.
Yep, building a burrow. Building a burrow. Building a burrow. Maybe next time we'll build a tunnel between us and the house, but right now we're building a burrow.
Okay, well, you want to roll your willpower to see if you can snap out of it, and I shall roll my willpower and also immediately snap out of it with fairly decent rolls.
Hey, 3 successes.
Okay, yeah, four successes on my side, three successes on real. Yeah, you can, after a while of hiding from the predators and, well, essentially burrowing like absolute panicked people that know they are prey, your more developed sensibilities kick in, and you gain a bit of control over yourselves. Though somewhere in the darkness, you know that there is a great white wolf that does not appreciate visitors, and it is looking.
The empathic connection that Josh Rain and Mr. Silas have the moment as Weasel and Rabbit goes ahead and starts to ping. Josh Rain is sending fairly different ideas, like burrow, tunnel, all the way, burrow, tunnel, all the way.
Yes, yes.
Right,
What
then
the
Josh
hell
Rain will
is
go
that
ahead
thing? What
and
the hell is this? What the hell is that? Dig, dig. I know digging. Digging's good.
dig this direction, dig this direction. He goes ahead and picks one particular wall of the barrel and just starts fucking digging. He's gonna make a burrow. He's gonna make a tunnel.
I like underground. Underground is good.
Underground is fantastic. I love the underground. This is where the things that don't kill us live.
You briefly pass a mole on your way until you both collide with a carrot. It appeared to be in some kind of garden. You can tell by the roots that are coming downwards.
Okay, first off, Josh Rain is briefly going to go ahead and take the rabbit, pull it under, and have a nice meal.
I assume you meant carrot, not rabbit.
Carrot, excuse me. Take the carrot, have a nice meal, and then he's going to go ahead and pop his head up.
You appear to be in some kind of vegetable garden near a house.
Okay, house is good. House is very good. No wolf, so also really good. Entrance, windows,
there
doors.
is a wolf, but it's way the hell over there.
Fantastic. It's now time to see if there's any windows or any doors that I could use.
Okay. Well, you come up to the house, you see the door and it's firmly kind of shut, and you can already see Mr. Silas kind of checks underneath the cracks of the doors. No, it's not even small enough for him to get through, and starts clawing himself up to get to the handle of the door, and then he uses his own body weight to kind of shift the knob.
Oh, Josh Ray is going to go ahead and butt your butt a little bit, just to go ahead and see if he can't, headbutt you further across to the handle.
He gets to a point where he's hanging upside down and he's ready to kind of catch you in his small, tiny claws to use your weight to pull the door open.
Pull.
And with that, you can get into the building. Silas will also use his rather sharp weasel teeth to latch onto the wooden door and close it behind them.
Headbutting.
You're going to have to pull him because you're closing the door. Just to stop the wolf getting in.
Stop the wolf. No wolf.
Or any predators. In fact, he's going to check around and make sure the windows are closed. And close the window.
Fair enough. Josh Ray is simply going to hop around a little bit. Hoppity, hop. He's going to actually have his ears up, and with sonar position, going to go ahead and do a 360 all around. Okay, where is everybody? What is everybody doing? Oh dear God, please help me. Don't let anybody be here.
Okay, well, now that the windows are shut, you can smell this scent of cloves, grapes. It smells like mulled wine. Gently heating up over some coals. You can smell some fresh coals with your rabbit. You have a very good sense of smell. You can smell spices. You can smell recent cooked stew. All sorts of beautiful scents.
all beautiful scents, like somebody made a meal. Somebody made a
Yes,
meal with their hands, with fire. This is fantastic. This is awesome. I usually eat roots. I usually eat plant stuff, green stuff, lettuce, vegetables. I never eat meat. I don't. That'd be
there is no
barbaric.
there is no meat in this stew, but there is mushrooms and carrots. There is spices. Oh my! There is
Tell me
root
there's cheese.
vegetables and
Tell me there's
courgettes.
cheese.
There's cheese.
Awesome.
There is cheese and bread and stew. It is one of the most welcoming smells you've ever seen. It is the smell of the home that you've always wanted to walk into.
Hop,
By the
hop, hop,
way,
hop. Hmm.
Silas does not possess any shape-changing capabilities. Your shape-changing capabilities are now reenacted now that you're back in the house. Should you wish to change shape, which you do have the capabilities of, since you're a goddamn demon, yeah, you can go to one of your more natural shapes.
You say natural shapes.
Yeah, okay,
Suffering.
you can apply a apocalyptic form if you wish.
No, absolutely not. Josh Rain, if given the opportunity, will go ahead and be Josh Rain. He will go ahead and assert a very, very human and mundane form.
Okay. Um, you see Silas, he scouts a little bit ahead of you. He goes and like checks around the corner, and he comes face to face with this kind of small but larger than the both of you are, red furred with a very big furry tail and a somewhat snout with a black point. And he comes into it, and then it starts chasing, and you get this kind of little bit of this weasel being chased in a circle very, very quickly. The weasel's surprisingly quickly, more quick than it should be, being chased by this really, really small fox. Don't
Goldie,
eat me!
stop!
Don't eat me! Don't eat me!
Goldie, Goldie! Josh Rain goes ahead and starts to just yell, just scream, just starts to convict. That's the word I want. Convict the fox. Goldie, stop that!
Oh no, it will suddenly stop, and then I have a look at you, and then like sniff, sniff, and then I'll sniff the weasel, and then I'll sniff you. Oh, I'm going to boop you on the head now. I'll bop you on the head, and like do a little like, and then like dart back around the corner.
Goldie, how you been?
You can tell from Bodhi's natural empathic responses that she's been quite happy playing with a lot of the local animals, and you can see that once Goldie has approved of your presence here, that there are actually quite a few other little animals around there. There are hedgehogs and small mice scurrying around doing their little bits. There's a rather old badger sitting in the corner, snoozing quietly to itself. There is other sorts of creatures. There's even a small snake that slithers past you and like has a brief little sun look at you with like really wide eyes, and then carries on slithering. And then at some point, you think it's not looking at you, and you turn around, it's still looking at you.
Josh Rain is actually very, very happy about all this attention. He feels like he's been in his element. He feels like he's back to doing what he ought to be doing, what he was made to do. And it's simply to be around all these small creatures. Yes, he does have an awful, awful job. But for a time, for a moment when these creatures are active, alive, and animate, that is when he is really, really happy. He looks to Goldie and says, "Ah, Goldie, it's so awesome to be seeing you again. Where's the storyteller?"
You send the kind of the equivalent of empathic bit to her. The equivalent thing is by the fireplace on the rocking chair.
Josh Rain will go ahead and walk past this cottage, past this wooden flooring, past the fantastically fantastic home-made meal of stew. And it's quite vegetable, in fact. This home away from home, this cottage of pristineness, and just walk through the door towards the kitchen or towards the fireplace where he wants to, or at least assumes that the storyteller will be.
Oh yes, you walk over there, and yes, this cottage to end all cottages. Oh, you see small bits that seem out of place. Oh, there are cobwebs. There is dust on all the surfaces, but that just seems to just heighten the fact that this cottage is everything about it is alive. The very wood that it is made of is alive, and between you and Silas, you suddenly figure out one quick bit that you never noticed before. There aren't any planks. It's all one bit of wood.
Oh my god.
It's all together. There is no separate. It's one living plant. And by the fireplace, in this lovely stone fireplace that just spread this lovely spicy clove scent, where there's a cauldron of spiced wine is heating up slowly amongst these low glowing coals. Amongst these candles, you see this strange woman with cracked skin, blue lips and red eyes. She seems more youthful than the last time you saw her, somehow younger, somehow more alive than she already was. Quite comfortable in her chair. She has a small ferret on her lap, of which she is currently cleaning with a small comb, getting crumbs from the stew out of its fur, where you can empathically feel that when the ferret got introduced to the stew, it dove right in, like all the way, and is currently being groomed.
Josh Rain, for his part, the Death of Rabbits, for its part, goes ahead and knocks on the frame of the doorway and just simply wants to present himself, make his presence known to the storyteller, and says, I am here again.
Yeah. I hadn't been expecting, well, oh, both of you. I didn't expect Ivan to accompany you. He is not one for these realms. Oh, you son of... You gave away my part of my name.
I gave away part of your name, just what I was able to discern from myself. I'm sure you have other keys and other elements and other...
No, sorry, the extra bit was Silas as a weasel kind of getting annoyed that someone gave away part of his name.
Oh. Go ahead.
No, that was it. It was just like, oh, you can oversee the weasel wince with pain.
Because of somebody giving away a secret without meaning to.
Yeah.
Happened to me before, but Chestrian would simply go ahead and continue by saying, yes, I have returned.
And you come with news or just a visit, the two of you? I know the road takes what the road takes, so you wouldn't come here lightly.
This time I had to give up something much, much more valuable. And I'm sure the person who lost that particular memory will be very, very sad for it, but he gave it willingly, so it is his own fault. In any case, I've come back to say that the agreement has been fulfilled. The contract has been signed. Those clauses, the need for forgiveness, it has been done.
Oh, I quite felt at the moment that my part in that story was completed, that somehow through all the odds it was actually quite a simple endeavor. That it was just a matter of swallow pride, and that was really what we wanted. Well, being you, or well, being your kind, or the twins that never met, and to have a moment of being able to see eye to eye with each other, to be on the same page of the story, it is quite an experience, and I thank you for your efforts.
Storyteller, I've never been a very, very prideful creature. That has always been something for my brothers and sisters to be concerned about. I've been more involved with the work that needs to be done.
And that is one why that you are one of my favorites. Why that, well, typically even one such as him would gain more freedom to enter this realm than you. But we favor those such as you, those that understand the importance of certain things. That things must flow, that life and death must happen, that there is a circle that is self-supporting, that is part of the design that we all need and we all require. As delayed as it might happen, it must happen for everything else to survive.
The circle, it crushes and it creates. It crushes to make more opportunities for things to be created. But I tell you this, the world has more destroyed elements than it has elements being created at this very, very moment. The contract has been signed. The contract is done. I have a plan for the spirit known as Goldie.
And what is your plan for between the three of us, the father, the keeper, the storyteller? We must decide where this goes.
Goldie has been a long, long time without understanding what it means to be alive within this world of darkness we currently find ourselves in. But she also definitely has the opportunity to make very, very big waves within the spiritual realms. So this is what I propose to you. You can tell me if this is a foolish endeavor or not. I propose that we go ahead and take the spirit known as Goldie, place her within a stillborn, a person that was born but not with a spirit. Place her in there so that she may live and experience a life that is a mortal life, that is a human life. And even if she does not live all the way to old age and live naturally with her children or grandchildren around her, she will at least know what it is to have the perspective of a mortal that is so desperately needed within this world of darkness. And when she leaves the mortal coil, she be allowed to go ahead and set forth her own domain, her own realm within the spiritual realms, so that even should she die, she be able to go ahead and gather spiritual energy around her to be another beacon within the umbral realms. Because even while she is mortal, she is a light. She is a light through and through. Even now, she is a light to myself and my compatriots.
And the story looks at you, and she looks at you deep into your eyes and looks for any falsehood, any lie, any sign of shadow in your words. And she does the same to Silas, who just simply stands on his little hind weaselly legs and pretty much acts in support to your statements. And then she makes eyes with Goldie, who is across the room in her fox cub form, and simply asks, "Is this what you might wish?" You do not hear the exchange of information between the storyteller and Goldie, but you do feel the empathic response of approval. Well, it is within my power to give this one time. Doesn't matter. I could give her, it could be 20 seconds. It could be 100 years. A lifetime is a lifetime. That's what I can give her, and that's all I can give her. I can't give her any more than that. She'll be beyond my help. She'll be forever loved by the various creatures that she has already made friends with. She will be blessed by them, regardless of what form she is in. But beyond that, she is beyond my power. Her story will be her own.
Josh Rain goes ahead and divides his attention between the storyteller, looks to Goldie, the fox spirit, goes ahead and crouches down to her, with her, and simply says, "What do you think about what I propose?
Well,
This doesn't happen without your approval, but I guarantee you, whatever shape you take, you will do a monumental amount of good."
Well, the fox spirit kind of gets down on its paws, I mean, right into it, and kind of like semi-nuzzles your rabbity nose. And you can feel the response, and not quite in these words, but as close as can be. All I've ever wanted was to be able to live and know the world like everybody else. All I've ever wanted was to be able to stretch my legs and run.
I can give you that. I can give you that right now. I love you so much, Goldie.
And with that, you can feel responses between Mr. Silas, between the hedgehog, between the snake, between the ferret, the many creatures within this cottage. And the only bits that you can pick up, you can't pick up the initial, and there's quite a bit of it, is the end. The end is fairly universal between even Mrs. Silas and even all the other creatures, is the hope of one day you will return to us. One day we will know your light again. As you have this somewhat glowing aura that accompanies and even burns the weasel in its light, as it is sunlight in its own form, and accompanies the fox cub in its own golden glow until once it is fully accompanied, it is gone. And you feel in the palm of your small rabbit paws the most precious thing that you've ever held, a small pure soul ready.
Goes ahead and looks at the pure soul in his hand and simply says, "Thank you. Thank you so much. You'll do so much good."
There's so much to this. We will speak again, and we'll speak again soon, for this is a pathway for so many. This is a destiny. This is a chance. This is a way forward. Though you do not know her, and perhaps you never will, Gaia thanks you for your service. Make the right choice. Find where she needs to go. Your companion will help you along the way. He will take you to the right places. But you have a grave choice ahead of you. Many know loss. Many know what it's like to be at the cups of having the most greatest thing in your existence taken away from you. And you have the opportunity to save them from that grief.
There is so much suffering in this world of darkness that I come from, this earth, this world. I don't know at the moment where to place this pure soul, but I guarantee you that I will scour the earth to find it. I will find where she belongs and I will place her there, and I do not care if it is leagues and leagues away from me.
Follow the weasel. He knows where it must go, for he is the thief of sorrow. Follow him, and there is a place. There's always a place. And for him, I think he already knows where this one must go, for it is one that he knows that is in its moment of suffering.
If that is so, then it will be so.
Then it is time for you to leave this place, but don't think that our talks are over. Me and you have quite a way to go. This is merely the start. I am happy that you have grown, and don't for a moment think that you're less than what you were. Oh, you used to be a mighty angel. You used to be responsible of the things that actually mattered amongst your arrogant kin. But now you have become much, much more. You're no longer separate. You're no longer a curator. You're now part of the puzzle.
Part of the last part. I'm sorry, storyteller, but sometimes I see the last part in the whole of creation and I just can't. It brings me a deal of sorrow to see what has happened in my absence, in my brother's absence, in my brothers and sisters' absence. We had a plan, we had an idea, but we don't understand what went wrong.
Oh, we all had a plan. We all had an idea. Things happened. Mistakes happened. There was crime. There was madness. There was abandonment on my end and yours. Together, we might be able to do something about it together. We cannot promise salvation, but together we can give this world a chance. And isn't that what matters? A chance that this might all become more than what it is again?
It matters. It definitely matters. It matters just for the simple fact that the world isn't going to go ahead and slide on into some apocalypse while we watch on and do nothing.
Oh, don't be afraid of the apocalypse. It will come, but it will not herald the end that you fear. It will herald change. Don't fear change. Just have the bravery to influence what it will be. Now, young and old, Rabbit, you and the weasel must run. You have only a small window to take that most precious to you to where it needs to be.
And as soon as she finishes that sentence, the rabbit is already running.
Oh,
The
when
rabbit
you
is already
run,
running. The rabbit is already sending the empathic signal in response to the weasel saying, "We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of the jaws. That thing is coming back."
oh no, you both run, but Silas on his end already knew where this soul was meant to be. And oh, you run, and you run, and you run straight through this realm, and a path opens up for you, lit up by the steps of this undead weasel who knows exactly where it's meant to go as these blocks so much as open up before you. On the side note for this one is Silas has raised many individuals from his orphanages that he has kept, and one of them is grown up long since 20 years ago. She is now at the tender age of 28 and is in the middle of about to either have the greatest blessing of her life or the greatest tragedy of her existence. Before a rabbit carrying the most precious of things in spiritual form can be found in this doctor's room, a midwife at work, doctors rushing around, a bleeper suddenly going flatline, panic and screams, a mother crying, why isn't it crying? Why isn't it crying?
At which point, Josh Ring goes ahead and sees that baby's soul. Not even really well that formed, not even really that well stable within this world. Go ahead and dissipate off into the ether. Josh Rain has precious little seconds before that little body goes ahead and atrophies, before any recognizable sense of brain matter is there. He goes ahead and takes that precious little orb, that precious little pure soul, and just goes ahead and shoves it into that small child's poor frame.
And at the moment of impact, you both find, well, myself and yourself, you both find yourself standing in the shadow realms of this old, decayed building. Almost as if you've never gone anywhere.
You did good. We actually did something tonight.
That was weird.
Yes, it was. It definitely was, but it had meaning. It had purpose. We did something. We actually. He goes ahead and grabs Silas by his shoulders. We actually did something.
Um, really? I'm not too sure what we did. I just went places. I was a weasel for some reason. I don't know why. I ran. I dug. I'm not too sure what happened after that.
We did it. We did it. We did it. We placed her where she needed to be. She's now where she needs to be. She'll live a life. She'll have a family. She'll have Halloween. She'll have Christmases. She'll have kindergarten. She'll have everything she ever wanted. She'll grow up. She'll love. She'll hate. She'll live. She'll experience. She'll taste chocolate and sugar and ice cream. She'll eat something and she'll enjoy it. Then she'll probably fall in love. Then she'll probably have children. Then she might go ahead and have grandchildren. I don't know. All I know is that I gave her the chance to go ahead and experience all that. And most people don't. You can see Josh Rain go ahead and start to break down at this moment.
I think we let's get out this land. I think we need. I don't know what we do, but let's. I don't want to be in the Shadowlands right now.
Okay, I'll take us back to the penthouse. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. With nary to do, Josh Ring goes ahead and be the psychopomp that he's known for. Go ahead and guide the undead body of Mr. Silas back to the Bent House bar and lounge. At which point, Josh Ring goes
It's
ahead.
even worse once you get into the real world because your emotions are no longer dealt by the Shadowlands. Oh
Yeah,
dear God.
yeah. Josh Rain is just remembering everything he has recently experienced, and he's bawling at this moment. There is no stopping the flood of tears from his eyes as he simply says, "We did something. We did something. It was beautiful, and it was right, and it's going to work, maybe, and it's gonna help." And it was just all good. There was nothing bad about what we did. Oh my god. It was like creating things all over again with a purpose. It meant something, Silas. It meant something.
Um, Victory?
More than victory. Continued victory. It's like we finally found the hill that's going to help us towards the next campaign. We're going to go ahead and win. Maybe. We're going to go ahead and win.
I'm going to call this victory drinks time. I was a weasel. I'm confused.
I was a rabbit. I wasn't that confused.
You've been there before.
I know I've been there before. It was awesome, wasn't it? Weren't you just filled with this contentment? Weren't you just filled with this purpose? Right? Like everything was fantastic, no matter what
Why,
happened.
why were we in Samantha's hospital room?
We were in Samantha's hospital room just because we were going to give Goldie a chance. That child, we need to look after. That child, no, he's looking at you rather seriously, and he's saying, that child we look after. No matter what, nothing happens to her.
She's a long way from here.
Where is she then?
I'll pass you the bits. I keep track of all of them.
Yeah. You keep track of all of them.
What, do you
like
think I'll have one of mine go to a New York Central hospital? Really? I know what these hospitals are like. They go to the private institutes.
Silas, we did something. It meant something. It was good. That never happens. Silas, that never happens.
I'm still in kind of semi-stunned silence. Something actually happened.
Yes, I don't know what's going to happen because of what we just did, but it's going to be awesome, right? Right?
Right.
Right.
Right. Down straight.
Right. I'm a little bit drunk about everything we did tonight, so yeah, probably don't want to call me for work for the next few days, just because I'm not going to be around.
I'm not coming in for work for the next few days. I call in the backup shifts.
Call up Ricky. Ricky's a good sort. He'll go ahead and make sure that the club doesn't go ahead and burn down on us. But
Ricky's time to shine because everything is awesome.
yeah, everything is awesome right now. I'm going to go ahead and walk away. I'm going to fuck Lily so much until I don't want to fuck anymore.
Yeah, you go do that.
With that, Josh Rain is simply going to go ahead and walk very, very mundanely out. He's not going to use any special tricks. He's just going to go ahead and walk out with determination that he's going to have a good time.
Before you get to Lily's, before you get that, you're going to get one last text from Mr. Silas on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here's the pictures.
You get a text back. That's adorable.
And I know newborns aren't that pretty, but when she's cleaned up, you've seen newborn pictures.
All right. Anything else we want to do before we go ahead and end the scene?
No, I think we're done.
We go ahead and end the scene that we made impromptu, which was fantastic in every sense of the word. We thank you, dear viewers, for going ahead and traveling with us in this particular adventure. And we go ahead and make ourselves cry like babies.
I finished the plot line! Yay!
We're all glad for that. In any case, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking this adventure with us. Y'all have a good night. Justin, say good night.
Good night. See you.